Yo, what's up, guys? PK Sparks here, along with Little Sound DJ, and welcome back to Beakon 2018.
I'm so hyped after that last set I played, but let's see if I can keep it together for this commentary.
What is it? The event so far has just been phenomenal on all ends, both from a competitor and a viewer's perspective. This is the third largest North American Splatoon tournament here, and the largest prop, 160 attendance for the entire venue.
Yep.
It's just been such a blast seeing so many teams going back and forth, so many close matches, both on Aeon streams and in-game TV One.
Yep.
It's just been a blast.
Yeah, I've been having tons of fun, even though I'm like working half the time. So I'm just like basically, I've been spending all my time commentating or playing or doing spectator cam, and I'm still having like a blast the whole time. So
the entire event is there's something for everybody.
yeah, it's everybody's having
good
fun.
food.
Yeah,
I mean that's always the one thing. Like, do we have anything good to eat? They got you settled.
Yeah, they got some good pizza.
You can probably tell.
Yep. Yeah, they've been bringing in pizza all day. They got tons of snacks and drinks, and yeah, it's great.
Don't forget the fruit, man.
Yeah.
That fruit was pristine.
Yeah.
But right now we're gonna be waiting for the next match to come up on stream. Excuse me. But for right now, we definitely want you guys to get involved in the conversation. So if you guys have been enjoying yourselves, let us know exactly what you think using the hashtag Beakon2018 on Twitter, and of course, make sure y'all tag us so we can know exactly what you guys are talking about. But right now we have a Swiss round 4 going up. Penumbra versus Simulated Memories, and the first match being Splat Zones on Inkblot Art Academy.
Yep, this one's very special based, and it's also very like heavy deep control based. You're gonna see people trying to push into plat for deep control, and then backing off as soon as specials comes out. Lots of long range weapons tend to be good on here, especially like heavy deco. You'll see things like charger sometimes on here, so hopefully we'll see some of that today.
Yes, on Splat Zones, this is a mode where you want to obtain the objective and then start pushing forward, so your opponent has to first get past your second line of the defense and then get to the zone. Meanwhile, that time is running down behind them. That center being such a highly contested spot. Rollers, octobrushes, chargers, tri-sloshers. There are so many weapons that love to be on that center point because they're able to cover most of that zone for their team. As well as if you're a charger, you can also cover the platform of the enemy team, making it even more difficult for them to get to the center point and try to contest the splat zone.
Yep. This mode, more than any other, is more about the map control than the objective itself, because you lose the map control, you lose the objective. So it kind of just comes hand in hand with itself.
Yes.
So.
Splat Zones being a condensed form of Turf War. You know, Turf War, you play that online, and there are always a whole room. You got to cover every inch. But Splat Zone, it condenses it to where you have to be. Yes, you want to cover turf everywhere, so you have a lot of mobility, but that zone is what's most important.
Yep, definitely puts a focus on the map, and I definitely feel like it makes it kind of a tighter game type, especially for competitive.
Well, right now we have the teams ready to go. On your left, Penumbra, and on your right, Simulated Memories. Based on team name alone, who you got?
Well, Penumbra's got like a weird situation because their fourth was actually supposed to be Super Mario 92, and he couldn't make it at last minute because of some family things. So Frank is on the farthest on the left. He's subbing in for them. He's a very good long-range shooter, but he's a completely different play style than Mario, so we'll see how that works out for them.
All right, hopefully he can meld with the team synergy, but the game has been selected. We are ready to go, and I can't wait to see the team synergy that these 8 players have brought to this first match.
Man, whoever it was on the right, I'm not sure who it was, but he was looking super dapper. That tie and the button-up, that was super dapper.
Gotta look fancy. I mean, they tell you to stay fresh, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of fresh-looking people here.
All right, so here we go. We have the sloshing machine, the .96, I believe, the newer Dapper Dualies, and the Hero Blast. They're going up against actually, I can't even tell because right now we're currently in a 4-2 situation.
Wow.
That's a wipe.
Very early
in the
wipe.
first 20 seconds.
Yep. Basically, the pressure from the bombs there just kind of let them do whatever the heck they want, and they just slayed them real super quick.
And as you were saying, the bombs is what really going to help them out right here. Now that they have the zones, they're going to be using the bombs, the locators, the burst bombs, just to cover up that platform quickly, so their opponent has to work through that.
Yeah. Simulated Memories, like, on this take back. They didn't wait quite long enough for their specials there. They definitely went in. The first two kind of went in before the last two got into position. So they just kind of like fed before all the specials came out, and then just like easy shutdown for Penumbra there.
Right now, you see Penumbra actually trying to hold it down, just jumping up, using the blasters, and as we said, that center point is being contested on, putting the echo rotates out there, but that Dapper Duel is looking pretty clean. Unfortunately,
nice
gets splashed out by the splashdown.
Yeah, that was super good help from the teammate there, and this might be a lockout here. They don't really have time to get into the zone in time.
Wait, maybe they do. The Inkjet is looking kind of nice, but unfortunately doesn't even pop it to try to get the KO right there. But unfortunately, Penumbra, unfortunately for Simulated Memories, I should say, Penumbra with a clean knockout the first minute of the game, and that was a 100% knockout.
Yeah, very clean from Penumbra, but it's also kind of Simulated Memories just weren't on the same page. They were kind of going in one by one pretty much the whole time. Penumbra was like, if you're going to come to me, I guess I'll just take it.
Yeah, and as you were saying earlier, they didn't synchronize their specials. That is the final push, especially with how quickly the time can run down in splat zones. That push is very crucial. That could spell the end between your game ending or continuing. And unfortunately, they went in almost immediately, not synchronizing 2 or 3 specials. The Inkjet happened, and when you're the Inkjet, when that sound goes off, people hear it. They see you fly up. You are a target, my friend.
You're a target, and your teammates also know what to do. So really, just like they need to talk to the teammate with that Inkjet and just be ready to go as soon as they're ready to go. So once you hear that button, your teammates need to know to go.
I mean, I appreciate the aggression.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you just love the color gold? The whole map looked pretty.
Yeah, yeah. It was very well painted by Penumbra there.
Right now, I mean, you know they're not going to be too worn off about that. Simulated Memories not looking like they're done yet, and I can't get over how stylish that man is.
I know. It's the hat, like, even though it's like a Splatoon hat, like, it blends well.
It
doesn't seem like it would, but it does.
He says, hey, I'm here for Splatoon, but at the same time, I can get down when necessary.
I want to be a little fancy.
But all right, here we go. Oh, this is going to be a difficult one. Clam Blitz, Walleye Warehouse. Ooh, Clam Blitz already being a mode that's volatile, akin to Rainmaker, where in the sense that the game can end suddenly. You don't even understand how quickly it can end, especially when your team is so synergized that they're able to hold you back from your aggression, your approaches. You just have to sit there and let them try. It's really funny.
One thing we didn't see last game from Penumbra is like some true aggression. They weren't really pushed into the plat. They were kind of just letting them come to them. So it's going to be hard to score if they're not able to push in. So let's see if they're able to translate that into this game.
All right, here we go. I do like the team composition on both, but the Dapper Dualies, one Tetra, one Emperor, is a little interesting as Apollo gets a direct shot on Trav and is helping his team push forward. They are currently up 3-0, and this is going to be an immediate push. They already broke the barrier. This was 25 seconds.
Frank's got a ton of clams up there, and then he's up on top. He's pretty safe from the enemy team. If he kills this guy here, he can get 3 clams.
I do like the idea of the suction bomb, forcing the Tetra to roll out of there. And Frank just looking very clean. Unfortunately, does get splattered right there, but that splashdown is helping his team hold it down. 48, 45, 42, and counting is Penumbra not letting up on his team at all.
Oh, and they got the rain ready to go, so as soon as Frank grabs some clams, he's going to jump in and get some more points for them, too.
It's starting to dump them right now. You always often see players try to wait down the time for everybody to come through. That way their team can try to gather some and then start throwing some clams in. But unfortunately misses the last clam, waits a little bit too late, and the goal does reset with Simulated Memories now holding their power clam.
Yeah, on Clam Blitz, a score down to 30 off the first push is a huge, huge win for your team. Like, scoring on this map is actually super hard. I wouldn't be surprised if Penumbra doesn't even score for the rest of the game and they just play it smart and like try and keep holds of the clams so that the enemy team can't even score anything.
I do like how he's throwing the ink line with the curling bomb under there and proper use
gosh,
of the Tetras.
plays.
That was amazing. The Tetra Duel is coming out recently that allow you to roll 4 times, and after a roll, you get a little bit of a slide after that each roll you do. So using that mobility to his advantage, shutting down his opponent, and walks out of there unscathed.
Making plays, and now Penumbra's kind of on the back foot. If they can kill Frank here, they can push in a little harder.
We're going to see, look at Penumbra all together and starting to make a simulated push. I'm sorry, synchronized push, excuse me. Luxon over there covering the left side, having to get into a fight with Trav and loses it, but instantly gets caught up by Apollo.
Yep, and Frank's trying to sneak past with the bubbles and trying to score a little bit. See if he can get through there. No, not quite. Lux is ready there.
I've been through this before.
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah, he didn't want that cheese to happen.
And right now he is looking really fine, but that Power Clam missing its mark, but the splashdown is ready to go. Forces himself in, gets the double KO. The only one up is a Tetratuli. Not going to be soon enough to stop him from popping the barrier. Now at 30 points with a 15-point penalty.
Yeah, that was really clean play from the Blaster there. Able to play it around, use their special to clear the area, and then finally go for the throw. It was definitely a good adaptation to that initial miss throw.
All right, Link's trying to just cover some turf, make some room for his team, but that Stingray is targeting him, letting him know exactly where he's at, and he avoids it. Congrats.
I've noticed playing on land that Stingray is a lot harder to get kills with. It's definitely not as consistent as it is online.
I'm talking about getting splats. That is 20-0 near team white, and an instant power clam is going to shut it down. Penumbra with the 0-100 knockout.
Penumbra is looking like a contender. It looks like they want to get first or second seed out of their bracket or out of their group.
Whew. I mean, you said they had somebody fill in at the last second for their team. I think he's melding quite nicely.
Yeah, it seems like they might be doing okay with that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what it was? They went for a power lunch.
Yeah.
Power lunch, and you know what they had?
Yeah.
Power clams.
Oh.
I'm sorry. That was corny. But regardless, this was a really good match. Penumbra is now up 2-0. We're going to go into the next match, which is going to be... I'm lost.
Muscle Force TC.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. All right. So Muscle Forge Tower Control. Muscle Force Tower Control. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I was talking about this earlier back on Aeon stream in Wave 1. Wave A. Muscle Forge Fitness Tower Control is difficult because first you have to get the tower, and that center is very open. Even though it is, you have the corners, it's still pretty open from your bridge facing the other one. Once you get that, every single checkpoint is dangerous.
Well, to be fair, once you get through the second checkpoint, the one that's right in the middle of the street, that one can kind of snowball pretty hard.
Oh,
it's just getting to that knockout after that gets really difficult.
Yes, exactly. Because when you're under there, you're essentially blind. You got to hope that whoever's up top is covering you. Meanwhile, if you're under there, you're just kind of covering turf, shooting ink in the air, and hoping that you're holding somebody back. Blasters will definitely shine in that scenario right there. But at the same time, if you have somebody coming down with, let's say, a Stingray or whatever, like that alley is just very dangerous.
Yeah.
But like you said, going over to the right, facing your opponent's base, the right side where it's open at, from that point on, it is essentially a snowball vibe.
Yeah, it's the biggest key for both teams is going to be getting the push started in that first checkpoint, because really, that's always the hardest part of it, and for me, just getting it started. Because unless you get a full wipe, it's easy for one person to stop it. So I think it's definitely the focus there is going to be getting a full wipe, or properly supporting each other as they push it down.
Not to mention, such bombs also very helping that.
Yeah,
bit.
exactly.
So we're going to see what these teams choose to do. We do have the Stingray out thanks to that sloshing machine, a weapon that is highly popular in high competitive Splatoon 2 right now. Not even just the sloshing machine itself, which is a very good weapon, but that Stingray, such a good, especially for tower control. Oh my God! How? We just started! Did he just get a triple kill with one sloshing machine? It was one slosh!
I think the Autobomb got the double on the tower. And then, he sloshed the other guy, and then just all happened within a single frame, some sort of miracle.
This is allowing them to make that push. The bomb rush is already up to getting the specials ready. That was what they needed. We just made this sound so dangerous. They just said, "What's the issue again?" I'm sorry. Did you say this was difficult? Look at Apollo doing what he has to do.
And that was Frank, their last-minute sub-in, so definitely making plays for him.
Shout out to Frank. Apollo using that rapid blaster to get around the corners to pressure the opponent. Once again, he is shining right now.
Pressure.
Again, at checkpoint, and this is another team wipe. It's 4-0. Bomb Rush is ready to go. They're not going to be able to make a push, and they're past the second checkpoint. They're now on the easiest part of tower control as Apollo is putting out bomb rushes to stop them, and he's doing so. Once again, a near team wipe.
Oh my gosh, this pressure is insane. They're all the way spawn camping right now. I don't even know if they can get out in time to stop the tower.
We might as well have a squid party at the moment. There we go. Apollo, now letting him go. He is stopping it, and he's trying to hold him back. Rapid Blaster, Rapid Blaster in close range. Oh, this is fun. Let's go. Look at him go. They can't do it. This is fantastic. He just walks.
We're looking at a squid party now.
Oh, watch out for the auto. Oh, unfortunately.
The mine.
I think he got it with the Ink Mine.
Yep.
Clever. I love it. Ink Mine doing 30% of damage when it actually goes off, as well as getting location, as Frank right now is still showing off. Their pickup is picking up some KOs for their team.
Wow.
And I think Penumbra got the KO.
Yeah,
they did.
Yep. That was super clean set for them.
Just make us look like we're silly. We have no idea what we're talking about. Oh, this is volatile. Oh, first checkpoint and second checkpoint. Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
No, it's all easy for them, apparently.
Yeah, that triple KO in the beginning is what cinched it.
Oh, yeah. It put them on the back foot so hard they had no way to come back, especially with the pressure from the rapid. And then I think it was the 10 attack or the splatter shot that was just basically in their base almost immediately. So I think they spawn camp for the majority of that game.
That was really good play by all of them. Congrats. That was – I can't say anything beyond fantastic play because how many times did they get the KO, starting with Frank and the triple slosh KO, then someone picked up the last KO.
Yep.
From then on, every time they came back, instant KO. Yep. There was like 3 team wipes.
Yeah, I really want to see them tested. I feel like a lot of that was like an individual skill difference. I want to see what happens when they're a little tighter on the individual skill and they have to show what their teamwork's like. Because if they're a pickup with a last-minute sub, maybe we'll see them struggle a little more in the future.
Well, right now they're looking like they're pretty good, but I mean, the matchup was decent, but regardless, just that tower control. I mean, and that's just how Splatoon 2 goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes some matches are really highly contested, and then you get an early wipe. One of the most important aspects of Splatoon 2 is that you do not want to be a man down, or an inkling down in this case. You don't want to be a squid down. You don't want to be 2 squids down. If you're wiped, Exhibit A.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Especially off the start. Like, that's like the worst time,
that
too.
Hurt. And also, I want to know how that sloshing machine, like, we need a switch clip.
A slow-mo clip
that.
of that.
Absolutely, because that was just devastating.
Yeah, I'll bet you he recorded it. I'll probably find it later.
I want to know, just because the play, just that play, how were they all together? There's also one thing, speaking of that, let's talk about why that was a bad issue or a bad idea, is because you don't want to be so close together because you're just fodder at that point.
Yeah.
Everyone's just shooting. Some shots are kind of wild, such as the Splatter Shot Pro, especially the Splatter Shot Junior, having their fire shot being a little bit more widespread than something straightforward like a Jet Squelcher. So taking that in mind, if you're all just gathered together, you're all just going to get gunned down one after another. In this case, one slosh after another. So you want to make sure you're spread out a good amount, covering points, keeping eyes on the entire battlefield, and communicating with each other, saying, I see a Jet Squelcher over there on the perch, or I see a Charger over on their sponge, etc. Just make sure you get those call-outs right and stay together but separated.
Yeah, the thing that separates like the good teams from the really really good teams is really the ability to stay together but not stack on each other.
Right.
And it's very, very hard to kind of find that synergy because like there's a level of synergy to all doing the same thing. Like, you're thinking together at least, but you're not really, like, working together, I guess is really what I'm trying to get at there.
It's more so like, let's say we're playing on Port Mackerel. I think Port Mackerel is a good stage. 2 people are behind each boxes. So you're separated. Let's say person behind box A gets splatted. He makes a call out, forge or my ouch to the left of my ouch. Suddenly the person on behind box B can just turn real quick and cover his back and hopefully make it to where their team isn't behind a deficit too long.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's ideas like that. Just making sure you have your team synergy ready to go.
So Quantum is actually one of the few, I'm pretty sure it's at least 3 of the 4 of the actual roster, and they're a very good team. So I'm definitely looking for these guys to probably be contenders for the top here. But Hungry for Waffles definitely aren't slouches, especially because people like the Law are on 2 moons. AC is also a really good roller. I don't know Knowledge super well, but Dimitri can be really good too.
All right, all these players are coming together. And I mean, we already seen, just because you're a quote-unquote pickup team does not mean that you can't meld well. But the issue here is, once again, making sure that you can communicate with your team. Yeah. And that is a skill that you can generate on your own, so you can communicate well with anybody. But you just, got to cultivate it. We'll see if Hungry for Waffles has that.
Yeah, if you play a lot of pickup scrims, you'll be able to play